with the same energy, same enthusiasm. So yes sir, let's resume our event. So, as I said, we are continuing with the masterclass, and the first masterclass for the day is on the topic SME IPO by Shri Riddhesh Shah sir, DVP SME BSE India. Let's welcome him with a round of applause, everyone. So as he steps on stage, I'd like to introduce him. Mr. Riddhesh Shah, Deputy Vice President at BSE, is a capital market specialist with experience of over 2 decades. He is assisting small and mid-sized corporate and startups in raising funds. He has worked with numerous public and private sector investment banks. So once again, let's give it up for him, everyone. Over to you, sir.
Thank you.
नहीं वो तो मेरा खुद का ही है, वो आप जो दोगे मुझे चलेगा, उसका प्रॉब्लम नहीं।
The most difficult
मेरा कुछ
situation to be
शर्विन ने बोला
immediately post lunch,
क्योंकि उनके साथ मैंने
speaking to
काम
an
किया है पहले।
audience. So energy levels are always, unless you have had your round of desserts, so glucose level थोड़ा low रहता है. I'll try to keep it as interesting as possible and as interactive as possible. So कहीं पे अगर बीच में slow हो जाता है, please bear with me. So thank you once again, thank you sir for giving me an opportunity. MSME or SME IPO is very close to our heart.
सर के साथ बहुत काम किया है। सोशल में क्या तो वही है एनजीओ आपको?
चाहिए जगह कोई मूव कर सकता है।
केयर ना?
Thank you.
केयर का किया है उनके साथ मैंने।
So SME,
आपने पहले देखा होगा मैंने।
This is a segment which is very critical for our nation.
केयर का किया मैंने।
And it's close to everyone's heart. We all say कि SME को help करना चाहिए, SME के लिए स्कीम बनाते हैं, but ये तो हो गया। What after that? That's why around 13 years back, BSE started this BSE SME
मेरा रेट का प्रॉब्लम नहीं है।
Today we see a lot of IPOs coming in. 5,000 crore, 10,000 crore, 25,000 crore. A small entrepreneur, he says, well, this is not for me. ये मेरे लिए नहीं है, ये तो बड़ी organizations के लिए, industries के लिए, मैं क्या करूँगा इसका? But sir, you are the most powerful person in this economy. The entire government, the entire dispensation is for you. So why not have a platform where you can raise funds and you can grow? We have had some beautiful, amazing, wonderful cases where companies who have come, they have come and they have raised some 20, 25, 50 crores. Today they are sitting with a market capital of 4,000, 5,000 crores. So these are the same entrepreneurs who would have been once sitting in one of the forums like how you have been. So we would definitely, would love to have some good entrepreneurs who would go to that stage pretty soon. So I'll just tell you what exactly an SME IPO is and who can and who is eligible for doing an SME IPO. Excuse me, President. So these are the stats and facts which everyone knows. Today we have almost 30% of the GDP is run by SMEs, and we have almost around 30 crore people who have got generation to SMEs. I'll not want to spend time here. Rather, can someone operate the next slide please. So these are the challenges. The major challenges are मेरे पास collateral नहीं है, मेरे पास मेरा road map नहीं है, मुझे disclosures करने पड़ेंगे, बहुत सारे regulations follow करने पड़ेंगे. मेरी कंपनी है, आज तक मैं अपनी कंपनी का मालिक हूँ, 100% is with me. I'll have to dilute, I'll have to go get more external partners. The control will go out of my hand. I don't have enough labor. I don't know whether after raising funds I'll be able to sustain my operations, continue with the business. There's limited financial literacy, and amongst all this is the last point, which is limited financial literacy. You all are subject matter experts, you all are innovators. अपने देश में एक बहुत सुंदर शब्द है जुगाड़ू. आप लोग सब एक जुगाड़ू हो, you are innovators. This is जुगाड़ू is a Hindi interpretation of the word innovators. So you guys are all innovators. But when it comes to fundraising, we don't know exactly how to raise funds. डेट है, बैंक में चले गए, बैंक ने बोला हमें आपका बैलेंस शीट दे दीजिए, एनुअल रिपोर्ट दे दीजिए, यू आर एलिजिबल, यू आर नॉट एलिजिबल, दिस इज योर लिमिट, डन, दैट्स द एंड ऑफ स्टोरी. बट बियॉन्ड अ सर्टेन पॉइंट आप आज एक हद तक पैसा लेते हो बिकॉज यू हैव द कोलेटरल एंड यू हैव द सिक्योरिटी टू गिव टू द बैंक्स. व्हाट आफ्टर दैट? हाउ आर यू गोइंग टू ग्रो फर्दर? हर साल आप ऑपरेशंस करते हो, आपके जो प्रॉफिट बनता है आप वापस से बिजनेस में डिप्लॉय करते हो, आपकी लिमिट डीपी बैंक डीपी सेट करेगा, आपका लिमिट बढ़ेगा. बट यू नो हाउ मच आर यू गोइंग टू ग्रो? इफ यू वांट टू टेक अ जायंट लीप, you will have to think out of the box. You will have to go to the market. You will have to get investors, and investors are waiting for you, waiting for good companies to come and invest and be partners. If you take one step towards them, they will take 10 steps towards you. So the point is that you will have to first identify whether you are ready, whether you want to take that step or not. So what are the value propositions? Why we say an SME IPO? What can an IPO do for you? So first thing is, if you are, let's say many times we come and we meet traders. So they are like, we are into trading business and we are very happy with what we are doing. कभी किसी ने ये नहीं सोचा कि मैंने अपना खुद का मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्लांट लगाया, बैकवर्ड इंटीग्रेशन किया या फॉरवर्ड इंटीग्रेशन करें हम, एंड वी डू लॉट ऑफ वैल्यू एडिशन एंड वी ग्रो टू द नेक्स्ट लेवल. दिस इज नॉट गोइंग टू हेल्प यू, बट द जनरेशंस दैट आर गोइंग टू फॉलो यू, आपकी आने वाली पीढ़ी से इससे बहुत फायदा होगा. नेक्स्ट इज वर्किंग कैपिटल. व्हेन यू गो टू द बैंक, एज आई जस्ट सेड, डीपी इज व्हाट यू गेट. द बैंक सेट्स योर डीपी लिमिट. That is how much working capital you get to operate. But here, when you go to the market, you don't have to give your collateral, you don't have to give your own security, you don't have to give your margin money. You, based on your company's value, you will be able to raise funds, and you can use these funds for working capital as well. If there is high debt on the book, if you are highly leveraged, you can lower your debt burden as well by taking money to repay a part of your loan. You can do more innovations. ये नहीं है कि if you are doing XYZ business, you are just continuing with that XYZ business. If you have some new ideas, you can invest in those new ideas. If you have a problem of employee retention or getting good manpower, you can provide them ESOPs, because the day you get listed, your ESOPs will have value and your employees will get an incentive to be with you for the longer period. And the most important part is, you are getting a visibility. The day you get listed on the platform, you become a global brand. It's an indirect way of advertising or branding yourself, because everyone across the globe will get to know you, get to know about your operations, get to know about your finances, and they know that yes, there is a company which exists which does this kind of work. They know that you have the capability, and this is where your credibility is. So they will come to you rather than you going and knocking on doors. So till date we have set 621. In fact, today we have got the 623rd company that has got listed. Cumulatively, they have raised almost over 11,500 crores, and all these companies put together today they are all valued over 1,89,000 or 1,90,000 crores. That's the value of SME, that's the value of SME IPO, and that's the value of equity. So if you feel that IPO is not for me, think of these numbers, think of the employment generation, think of the economic development, the industrialization that you're doing. I just met one entrepreneur who is based out of the outskirts of Mumbai. She is doing wonderful. Very, very happy to have met the entrepreneur. She is doing wonderful thing. And I'm sure one day she will be, adding a lot of value to the surrounding areas because she's generating a lot of employment as well. So you're adding to the community by, growing your own business. Now, what is it? So now you'll ask me, what all things do I need? So I'll just tell you, I'll just give you the basic eligibility check. Once you say that, yes, I want to go for an IPO, there are a lot of other things that we can, discuss over a period of time. Maybe offline we can discuss. But the most important thing is, you need to have a post-issue paid-up capital which cannot be more than 25 crores. The share capital, not the net worth, the share capital, it should not be more than 25 crores. Your net worth in the last 2 years have to be 1 crore. It cannot be less than 1 crore. You should have net tangible assets of 3 crores in the last financial year. You should have EBITDA, that is the operating profit, of 1 crore in any 2 out of past 3 financial years. And you should have a track record of 3 years. Now many of you will say, but hum to, company nahi hai, we are a proprietary concern or we are an LLP. So no issues, you can convert yourself into a company and still the track record of your LLP or partnership firm will be eligible for listing. And if you don't have a track record, still there is a way. You can always get your project appraised by a financial institution and get funding. Now, the most important part is that SME IPO ho gaya, hum list ho gaye. But will there be interest for the investors to invest in my companies? Mere share prices kaise hoge? The day that I get listed, my share prices will go down. These are all fears that a promoter has. So there's no need to worry about it because the regulations are very tight. You need to have a market maker who will, give you a liquidity to your equity. So there will be 3 years market making in your equity, in your stock. So there will be investors who will be able to buy a company's equity and there will be investors who will be able to sell as well. So market makers is there for 3 years. He will give a quote on the market, on the exchange for 75% of the time during a day. Second thing is, you will say that I get listed on SME platform. Now once I get listed, for how long do I have to be on the SME platform? Well, the simple answer to this is 3 years. You have to be mandatorily be listed on the SME platform for 3 years. Post that, you can migrate to the main board. There are certain criteria. You need to have a market capital of 100 crores if you are listed on the SME platform. You need to have 500 investors. You need to have, there is a daily average trading criteria. So there are a number of things. That's something which you should worry about at a later stage. But yes, there is a possibility of you moving to the main board and being listed alongside the big boys of this country, Infosys or say the larger banks. So this platform virtually gives you power to grow your business from a particular level to the next level, to where you can have a good corporate structure. You're doing business in a more structured manner, more organized manner, and have a more powerful team at your disposal. Now before I go on to the interactive session, I would want to show you 3 case studies. When as I said, I started my conversation by saying that 3 companies many companies rather, I've just got some 3 companies, many companies who came to the market, they raised small, they started small, but today they are really big. And to tell you, how many of you know that there are different categories, different groups in BSE. We have a group, we have a B group, we have a Z group. So there are different groups in BSE, and A group is the one where you have companies like say Infosys is there, Tatas are there, they are all part of the A group. Today we have almost, I think so, 5 or 6 companies, SMEs which got listed, which raised funds in a smaller way, but they are all part of the A group. So those are the shining examples and the barons who have promoted or who have been the brand ambassadors for our platform. So these three companies are A group companies. So the second, Aditya Vision and KPI Green Energy. These are the two companies whom I have been saying they are the ones who are part of the A group. Aditya Vision, a small retailer. You know, when they came with, I think so, 10 or 15 stores. They came, they did a valuation at a valuation of say 20 or 23 crores. They did a small issue, 6 crore. Today the company is valued almost at around 6,500 crores. Their net profit is over 100 crores. The next company, KPI Green Energy, this company is based out of Surat. There were three companies which are listed on our platform. This particular company, the issue size was 40 crores, the market capital was almost around 180 crores. Today the market capital is 10,000 crores. Look at the power, and this company they got listed in January. Of course, Aditya Vision is 10 years, almost 10 years now. This is January 2019, so 6 years. Recent case, August 2023, just 2 years back, Bondada Engineering. They raised 40 crores at a valuation of 170 crores. Today this company is valued almost at around 4,500, 5,000 crores. The point is, when they came to the market, they had an order book of around 1,500 crores. Today they are sitting on an order book of 14,000, 15,000 crores. They got a huge order from government of Andhra Pradesh. So the idea is that when you raise funds, you have a lot of cash. The cash chest, the war chest is ready with you, and this helps you to execute your business in a very seamless manner. So I'm sure there are many entrepreneurs who would want to raise funds, and we as an exchange are there. We are taking a step to help you. As a regulatory body, as an exchange, we are always welcoming. We are always there to come and address the gathering. BSE is a 150-year-old institution. We have a legacy. Almost around over 5,500 companies which are listed on the platform, and a total fundraise of over $5.2 trillion, both debt and equity has happened. Lot of business happens, a lot of businesses pass to BSE, and we'll be happy to have you listed on our platform as well. So I'll now throw the floor to the audience for questions. Yes, please, sir.
Mic there.
We'll get the mic.
So there are, if I got your question right, there are two kinds of listing. One is
so Mugul this side. So my question is like for any other company that is coming in, let's say large cap, mid cap and so forth, when they're coming for IPO, apparently the lot is of like between 14 to 15,000 in terms of a lot that person has to buy. But for MSME it's around 2 lakh rupees a lot for the initial offering.
No, the lot is not 2 lakhs, sir. The lot size will be around, it will be anywhere in the range of 1 lakh to 1 lakh 25, 1 lakh 30, 140, 1 lakh 40, and you have to subscribe to 2 lots. So the idea was that retail individual investors were there. But now you have individual investors. The category of retail individual investors has been moved, and they are individual investors.
Any specific reasons for that? Like to keep it that big in terms of amount, so a lot of people are not able to get into it as compared to for rest of the.
No, it's not that people are not able to get into it. See, there are retail investors, so the idea is that we want to have more participation from informed investors. Many a times retail investors get lured by what is happening which is outside the purview of the regulatory bodies. A lot of retail investors, they come and they complain that I invested at this but now the value is this. So we want more informed investors, someone who can someone who has got a risk appetite, someone who can make an investment knowing very well that he has to stay invested in the company, be a partner with the company whom he is investing in for a longer period. I hope that answers your question. Yes, sir. Right. So the costing depends on the size of the fundraise, but if you so everything is given in an offer document. So if we look at any offer document, it is somewhere around 10 to 12% is the overall cost, which is there very much given in the prospectus of all the companies that they have filed. So there are different costs. So there are different entities involved. So one thing I want to share with you is so we as BSE, we are a regulatory body. So there are merchant bankers who will work along with you. They will prepare an offer document, which is a draft red herring prospectus, as we say, a draft prospectus, which is filed with BSE. We evaluate it, and we, basis our comfort, we give approval to the company. Post that, there are a lot of different entities involved, a market maker, an underwriter. So another important thing is there is an underwriting, hard underwriting for SME issues. Why hard underwriting? So that when a company comes, he is definite that if I am going and I am opening my issue for subscription, I am definite that whatever fund raise or whatever ask is there, I am going to get it. If not through the investors, the merchant banker or the underwriter will give me those monies. So the day when you open the issue, you are sure that the company will get listed and you will get the funds. So there is an underwriter as well. Then there are different agencies. There is RTA, registrar to the issue, printer is there, ad agency is there, legal advisors are there. So the overall cost comes to around 10%. And this is divided amongst different parties. Yes. Yes, sir, please.
Can you please elaborate the criteria of the registration?
So there is no criteria for registration.
You mentioned that now that 2 lakh or minimum criteria is there to get registered into the.
No, so this is what I meant was 2 lakh was for an investor. So when an IPO opens for subscription, there are 3 categories of investor. One is an individual investor who has to subscribe to minimum 2 lots, and he cannot subscribe more than that. Of course, if he subscribes more than that, he'll go in the HNI category. The second category is HNI, who will be subscribing for over 2 lakhs, basically more than 2 lots. So 3 lots and upwards will be HNI. And then there's a third category, which is a QIB, which are the institutional investors. So your mutual funds, banks, insurance companies, AIFs, they are all institutional investors. They can invest in their particular respective category. So this 2 lakh is basically for an investor who wants to come in the individual category. So they are not retail investors, nor are they HNI. So they are the ones who are, they can just subscribe to 2 lots. For as a company, you don't have to register or you don't have to pay anything. The day when you come to us, when your merchant banker gets you to the exchange, the day when you file your offer document, we charge a very minimal processing fee. That is because we have to process, we have to evaluate. So that's a very minimal processing fee that we charge. Apart from that, there's nothing that you have to pay. So there are merchant bankers, and of course we are there. So I'm there, my colleague Anuj is there, so we can exchange cards, we can discuss. Yes, sir.
Sir, I'm from Jalgaon. We are into jewelry industry. I have a doubt. What is the eligibility criteria for micro SME IPO?
Sir, if you have a EBITDA of 1 crore for 2 years and a net worth of 1 crore and net tangible assets of 3 crores, so then I think so. If these are the basic criteria. If you meet those basic criteria, then you can go ahead for an IPO.
Is there any difference between micro SME IPO and regular?
No, there's only one SME IPO. There's no micro SME IPO. Sir.
Thank you, sir.
Great. So thank you very much. Yes, sir, please.
Sir, you mentioned digital prospectors while represent.
So if you can take the mic, that will be helpful.
Hello sir, over here, one second, pass the mic, but I have one question. Maybe a broad question, but what it's other than just the turnover and the sales of the company, what is the determining factor of the valuation? What factors, what what other factors are there?
So this is so valuation is not something that will decide your eligibility. So what will decide your eligibility is the EBITDA, your profitability, the operating profit, not even your turnover. So your operating profit, your balance sheet strength, that will decide your eligibility. So valuation comes at a later date, and valuation, that too, a merchant banker will be the one who will connect you with investors, and the merchant banker is the one who will give you the valuation. So there is no eligibility as per valuation is concerned. Yes, sir.
So you consider prospectus of a company for the further few years, 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, because most of the companies which are coming to you, do you monitor the prospectus further?
So we don't. So when we say, so we are in a disclosure-based regime. So when you file the offer document with us, we ensure, and as a regulatory, from the regulatory angle, you cannot disclose anything in the offer document that is futuristic or anything that is prospective. So from a future, from the prospective purpose or perspective, we cannot take a view. So whatever is there today, as on date, we will have to go with that.
Yeah, because some company get vanished, you can't see them later on. So that's why this is.
So the problem is nothing is certain in life. Even human life is not certain. So we do. So see, a lot of companies have come for whatever reason, there are n number of reasons. So we cannot no one can give an assurance on that side.
But some monitoring should be there from your side, sir.
So we do monitor. Yes, there are checks and balances in place. So there are a lot of checks and balances in place. There are regular filings that happen on the platform with BSE for investors, for investors' consumption, and we do get to know when the companies stop filing their documents with us. We do reach out to them.
They are doing compliances, everything. See that now somebody has bought the issue 200 rupees and now it is 30 rupees. So what is the prospect?
So that's why we that's one reason why retail investors are being told that so anywhere you invest, you have to read the risk factors. So there are a lot of risks associated with smaller businesses. So of course, and no one can say that today if a company comes and gets listed, on day one it's going to give you returns. You'll have to stay invested in your business. So same goes with a child. So a child is not born a genius. A child will, you'll nurture a child for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years for the child to become a genius. So let the child, once you have invested, you have faith in the company. Let that faith be there for 20 years, sir, and see how the returns are being given. So this is not happening today. So if you go back to history, Dr. Reddy's, they raised, I think so, their issue size was just 1.25 crores or something, or 75 lakhs, and today Dr. Reddy's is 1,40,000, 1,50,000 crore company. So we have to trust the child that we are investing in.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. So I thank you everyone. We'll be happy we are there. So any questions, we are there to take it offline. We can network, and we'll be more than happy to discuss whatever queries, doubts you have. So thank you very much for your time, and I thank Quest team for having us here.